Guardian and Flamey as well. They had two stellar performances there, and he got 36 frags in this map yesterday against Luminosity, looking to carry on that form as well. So NiP definitely need to wake up. The only players that really impressed me on their team at all was Alu, and he was the reason they got any rounds at all was his picks and his great work with the AWP. So definitely the rest of the guys. Forrest has been instrumental this tournament. Freiburg finally stepping up, had a very quiet game that time as well. So we need to see some bigger plays from those guys.
I mean, that's the thing. We have seen a resurgence in form, not only as a team, but the individual skill levels of Forrest. Freiburg in this event, Get Right last night, was actually quite effective, despite that he was a bit more quiet than the other two throughout the entirety of the event. But they didn't show up at all, and you're right. Alu, the other aspect of looking at last game is he led the way in kill totals, and how few rounds did he have the AWP because of economy. So when he did have it, he actually was a pretty high impact player.
The problem for NiP as well that game was they just had too much discipline. Like they were holding back, showing too much respect for Navi, and that's the problem for them. They need to be showing that aggressive play, making sure they're getting in their faces and utilizing the top tier players they have.
And this is one of the things, and you can almost look at it in a micro example of the G2 game. You know, you come in as the underdog against someone like Envy. NiP come into this tournament, they're on a slump. They just throw in the towel. They say, all right, let's just play our game. Let's go back. Like we were saying, that team did not care as much. They get more of a loose, more classic NiP style. But suddenly, they find themselves in a semifinal that potentially they didn't expect to be in at all. Obviously, they were going to aim for it. All the goal is to come here and win, but didn't really expect. And as soon as they see light at the end of the tunnel, they seize back up and go, okay, whoa, let's
exactly.
focus. And maybe you get a little bit too tense, you overthink it.
I think that may be right. So obviously they get this far and they think, okay, now we need to start really going for this one. I think like they just look so static and like a little bit scared perhaps. It just seems like Navi had full control, and at not any point it looked like they were going to lose that one. So here we go, then we go into Dust 2. It's going to be the second map in this series. Navi starting on the CT side, obviously NiP on the T. Ladies and gentlemen, can you make some noise? Let's build some hype here as we go into this game. It's going to be armor buys coming in for Get Right and Forest and Exist. Let's see what the rest of the guys are going to bring to the table. Most of this time, these guys are actually dropping P250s for their T sides, but this time they're going to be going for Freiburg. Move the smoke and flashbang and the CT push up onto short from Navi as well. It's very standard stuff, going to gain that information, but NiP expecting it. They're holding back towards the top of mid.
Watch Get Right. He may get caught here by Guardian. We saw them run this exact setup last night against Luminosity, and it worked. That one got a headshot. Edward, it was exactly this. Fell back, and then Guardian picked up the other. Gave them a huge lead early in the pistol round. And by the way, just speaking about that P250, Forrest is the only player that does have one on the T side. They're going to try and push from long. Hugging that right side wall from our perspective from Zeus to try and get much closer before they get confronted. Massive gap in that smoke, and Alu's blinded. He just sits in the open. Guardian and Zeus, it's a crossfire. Slaughter, Exist goes down as well. Freiburg at least gets back into one, but Edward, he's quick to rotate. Get Right needs to win this battle immediately with Flamey if he wants to do anything at all. And in fact, his teammate Freiburg's already gone. He can't give him help. He can't give him support. It's really just a matter of how long before he dies, and it won't be very long at all.
It's actually a really nice approach from NiP there. So they worked out the short pushes come in, Get Right giving the call to his teammates. As soon as they got that information, they pushed out to long, full-on long push, just got straight up there. The smoke that was placed on the crossover was pretty awful. Like, there was a huge gap left in it. They tried to cross, got mowed down, and then pincered by the CTs coming in, and then just Get Right left in that unwinnable situation. So they will be force buying into this one. Scout purchase for Freiburg. Interesting decision to give hit to him. But there we go. It's going to be the rest of the guys, P250s, Tech 9s, and some armor as well. Thing is, Navi have predominantly gone for rifles. Just one P90 on Zeus. So they're going to keep things nice and long range, you would assume. NiP haven't got any utility to play with, so a mid split. It's just going to have to be based off one flashbang here. Looks like they may be setting up for that. Two players towards mid so far. Bomb going to B tunnels. What can they do here? Navi not showing any signs. They've been showing a face in any of the key areas on the map.
Zeus is just waiting toward the CT spawn as well to bounce that flash should he need. If anyone attempts to go through double doors, and they may have done if not for that kill inside B, because that takes away the potential split. And Navi are playing this very, very smart. Just sitting back, holding off all choke points, all connection points, not getting too aggressive, not giving up too much rotations.
This was a problem
letting
from
NiP
yesterday.
just walk in.
They actually allowed teams with the eco weapons to get the first kill and playing very close choke points. This time they're showing so much discipline here. Zeus taking out Get Right, Zeus pipes in as well, and this should be a complete mow down here as it's a clean round for Navi. Don't even take any damage really. The investment for NiP goes sour, and pretty lackluster round for them. They're going to have to be on a full eco this time. Alu not investing too much into that round. Still has enough for the AWP going to the first gun round, so they're fine in that respect, but this is almost a throwaway for them. Just going to be a full Glock round for them.
I think you brought up a really good point as well, by the way, just the discipline of Navi. I think they're cohesion as a team in this event has been very strong. We saw Seized yesterday take a timeout when they were in the lead, which you don't often see.
That's
because he knew that momentum was shifting. He wanted to stay on top of it early rather than when it was too late and give up what would have been map 1 against LG in the quarterfinals.
That's the thing. The games can slip away from you so quickly. So he's one of the best in-game leaders in that respect, like making sure his team are doing the correct things and playing the percentages and instead of taking risks.
And they also have an ex-player of this roster as a coach.
That's right.
One of the few teams that have that luxury, so they definitely know each other well. Meanwhile, though, NiP, they've gotten 5 players past the corner at Catwalk. No one able to peek it, but a good flash gets in play, and now the crossfire comes into effect. It's another slaughter. Still nothing to work with for NiP, but this time, finally, they'll get bigger guns.
Here we go then. So we go into the first gun round. No AWP purchase as of yet for the CT side. They're going to try and maximize the money by keeping hold of the lower end weapons. It's going to be a FAMAS and P90 still in play. AWP comes out as predicted for Alu. Not investing too much into any of these rounds going forward. No bomb planted though, so not going to be a fantastic buy for the T's. They have some smoke grenades, no Molotovs. It's going to come down to Alu once again. He did have a reasonable game considering the scoreline. Get Right's going to be utilizing his long spawn and getting straight out to blue box there.
Edward takes down Get Right quite easily because he's caught in the open, and this is a problem. 3 players out toward long, no one on the A platform, but with winning that duel, they'll be able to fall back, rotate more comfortably, put a second man toward mid even potentially if they choose to, and then stack up inside the B site with 2 men within the walls.
The thing is now, they've got that first pick on the board and they can go back to that very passive, disciplined play. They know the money's going to be great in the NiP camp. They can't really execute onto a bomb site. They just wait for them to make the next mistake now. NiP, I'm not really sure what the options are for them. They have 1 smoke remaining, that's on Freiberg. He's going to be towards short there, so I'd assume maybe he can smoke towards CT spawn. They can try and get out together and isolate those players towards the B side, but it's looking grim for the Swedish side here. No one really doing anything of worth. As the timer ticks away here, we get to 45 seconds now. Looks like they will be making their way towards the B side. Freiberg just trying to do anything. If you can find a pick towards short, that'd be great. There we go, 2 players towards upper B. Alu just with the AWP towards middle as well. And here we go, Freiberg has to make his way out towards mid and make something happen now.
And they go Alu passively, quietly, no smoke on mid because he wants to potentially find the early pick. Freiberg has one to place once he gets past, but problem is they're already losing the men inside the B site. They walk in and Seized and Flamey. One gets the kill, one gets the assist and reversed it on the second one. Alu does manage to at least take down Seized, but Guardian is going to be there. And again, NiP not able to get anything rolling.
Yeah, that was kind of shocking from NiP. Obviously trying to utilize that long spawn from Get Right. He's just by himself though. Once there's 2 players down long for the CTs, you have one that gets spotted going towards blue box and just gets smoked off as well. You've got no backup from your team. If you're going to commit to that, you need someone with you to kind of make sure you actually survive. But looking at the frag board right now, the only players to arrive after 4 rounds, Alu and Freiberg with 1 frag each.
That's ridiculous. I mean, that's hard to believe.
This is
Na'Vi
more of the same.
Well, Navi's not giving anything up again, and we're going to see it here. The nade from Zeus takes down 2 after the initial damage from Edward, who picked up one of his own, and bombs dropped on the inside of the doorways. It's looking unlikely NiP can even secure a kill in this round. Na'Vi are just playing so smart, setting up crossfires, using utilities, and again, that discipline is just absolutely outclassing NiP in this case. And again, another round, 5 men up. The economy is swelling right now for Na'Vi.
And the problem is as well, Guardian taking down Alu in the last round. He gets the AWP. He's going to be sat on 10k. That goes for the rest of the team as well. Average of about 10k across the board. Now then, NiP changing the pace. Get out of jail card perhaps, getting the double AWP set up on Forest and Alu. We know these guys can be incredibly strong. Dust 2 is the map. They actually 16-2 Titan on, so let's see whether they can get back into this one. No damage done on the cross. They're going to be aware of the situation though with the AWPs and the buy. What's the play from Na'Vi here? Seems like more the same. They have moved the player towards middle this time though. To predict the change of pace perhaps, it's going to leave Edward alone towards long. So this could be a really fantastic read for them.
Yeah, this is, if they can get up Catwalk as well though for NiP, it could actually work out extremely good to take over that A site quickly. They're going to go for the corner boost here. It looked like they potentially thought of it. Instead, they'll just sneak back across over in towards CT spawn to get back to a more standardized formation. And now they'll put pressure on long. A little bit of a dance done between both Edward and, Get Right. They spotted each other within the gap at the doorway, but all amounts to nothing aside from NiP knowing that there is at least someone waiting at long. And Alu's going to try and creep toward that platform. And again, I said this was the opening about 30 seconds ago. That's since dissolved because now there's a player on Goose in the form of Zeus. Zeus the Goose. Forrest, though, meanwhile, going to try and get through mid. Smoke off on the left. That covers anyone peeking out from the B window, so we can try and peek through CT. Seized was on the box, but obviously undetectedly so. And Zeus could definitely still be an absolute massive point in this round because his patience could just pay off. He's yet to expose the fact he's there. Good pick from Forrest this time on the second effort going through mid. They're actually going to take that invitation because they've lost the man on catwalk, so it's going to try and be a dual-pronged approach on NiP. The problem is that Flamey was waiting. He caught out both of them. Alu unable to react fast enough to his teammate's death to avenge his loss, but there it is, Edward again. I mean, this is now 6-0. More kills that time, in fact, equaling their total in that round NiP, but 3 members stay alive again, and the money stays above 5 digits on everyone.
I'm just trying to work out what the objective was for NiP that round. This seems so slow paced. They give themselves no time to enter the bomb site. You can see them just trying to get into the bit as quickly as they can. Can't even check that box outside the platform. So it's really disappointing. Once again, they are going to be quasi-buying into this one, making sure they're a full lost bonus so they can justify something. Get Right has a Galil. The rest of the guys on Tech 9s and P250s going into lower B. Guardian's going to be waiting for them though. Presumably going to get this first pick. There it is. Takedown exists, and now he can just fall back, giving a decent call off to his teammates as well. More damage done in terms of that grenade. And there should be another round falling away from NiP. We should be going to 7-0. And they still have a hope in form of Get Right here. Just very static play from them so far. Normally on this sort of map, we'd like them to stay together, fast, loose, getting into positions, causing chaos. Once again, this seems very static. As we go into round number 7 here with a man at disadvantage.
And this is just, again, Na'Vi. We just wait for the action because with them, they're not going to force the issue, specifically, as you say, man advantage and economic situation, as it were. Smoke does cover off these, but that won't deter his bullet from raining through and taking down Forrest. Freiburg at least gets these to allow a better chance this time of getting onto B, and unlike every other approach where there's been 2 members left alive inside the site, it's only 1. And Flamey, he hasn't found the first kill. This time, Get Right gets back, so finally NiP with a real chance. Low HP in the last 3 players, but they're fortified inside this B position. They're going to have to throw the bomb across. They do so successfully now, but Zeus, he's able to push up greatly so in the corner and just catches the side of Freiburg exposed. And that'll prevent the bomb plant. And not only that, Zeus is just going to walk in and take everyone.
Pretty sure that's their most successful round so far, and that's pretty depressing to say considering they only got 2 kills and almost got a bomb down. So once again, they do get a full buy here at maximum loss bonus, $3,400 going into their accounts. So double ops. I'm not sure I'm a fan of this. It was very static before. They weren't able to actually get an opportunity to get a pick whatsoever. So what can they bring this time? Hopefully they can get a pick for the doors here, make something happen with it. Even some damage would be useful. Smoke's going down, they're going to deny that. So you actually do a reasonable amount of damage to Guardian, leg him. So something to work with here. As Freiburg, now this is better. He's actually showing some assertiveness here. Getting up to short fast, getting information. 3 players going to join, and this looks a lot more objective than previous rounds. Let's see what they can do with this one.
Molotov on the platform trying to force Zeus's hand, but he's playing on the ramp instead, so he's still got the mobility required to control the peak. Instead, though, Get Right takes Guardian because he's not exactly in a position with that smoke to cover off his teammate. And now, finally, this may even be better than the last round as Forrest picks up Edward. That's 3 kills for NiP. So only the 1 so far from Na'Vi. And Forrest is going to wait in middle. He knows Flamey's there, so he's going to cut off the rotation. Not only that, win the exchange. And I think we might have to hatch that egg and see if there's any magic inside, because this is going to be the first round for NiP, but they're going to need something desperate again to pull this back. Not only it's the same situation as what we saw on Train, as these will knock down another gun, which goes to the point I'm about to make. The round loss bonus is about to be reset.
Yeah, well, that's the problem. The good news is if they did 2 AWPs, so that'll be a nice stead for next round, but that was much better. Keep it like that. Stay in the bragging unit, have 1 player lurking, 4 players stay together, simple smokes and flashbangs, and allow your players to even have a chance to work these kills on bomb sites. And the thing is that Navi are playing so passively and not giving them anything. They can't work these picks, they can't rely on that. They need to just force the issue themselves and push themselves onto bomb sites, and that's what's going to work for them. So that was much more positive. As soon as I saw Freiburg being more assertive there, I knew the round's going to be a lot better for them. So that's what they need to try and do. They've got a decent long spawn this time, could potentially work with that. You can see Freiburg looking towards it as well. I think he will fancy his chance going into this round. So, here we go, number 9 now, he's going to smoke off the corner of long. Whether he'll go for the pick is yet to be seen. No damage done this round, but Freiburg will indeed be going for this pick. He actually goes out the doors as well.
Freiburg is passed, but there's 2 lined up, and that smoker might line up for him. It's only 1 to go down, and it's actually the one behind Edward, Zeus, that falls. So decent trade. If he picked up both of those, a really, really good chance, again, like you're saying, to open up a quick bomb site. Instead, 4-on-4, low HP on Edward. They're going to try and go back toward mid NiP. Smoke off towards CT, flash on the corner, Flamey, he'll hug the wall. They won't be able to push him fast enough before his vision is restored, so goes for the counter peek and no one pushes through. Smartly so. Now they'll be more calculated about it. Guardian on top of the box, while Red over top of the smoke takes exist, and Flamey's just waiting for them to get around that corner. They may not even do so because Guardian He's completely intimidated them. One has snuck by, mind you. Get right. He could absolutely sneak in on Flamey, but Flamey, he's ready for it. In fact, Seized is there to get the kill, sneaking through the door. Now they turn back. They know the last two players have to be in the tunnels. They know it was going to be a split approach. Edward goes for the flank. Forrest at least turns back. He's got a chance with the off. Where's the kill? Seized, that's a blunder. He runs out of ammo, and Forrest pulls this back to a 2-on-1. 37 seconds as well with bomb, 16 HP only, but a chance to try and cross back over. Good play from Guardian. This is a great read. He's not actually peeking toward the spawn, mind you, so he could still get the cross here.
Well, the thing is, the time is ticking away. That's quite clever. So they've taken away from the vision towards Suicide. You saw that on your screen. So 20 seconds remaining. He actually will go back to B. The problem is, Flamey is sat there. He knows he needs to wind this clock down and not get picked here. That's absolutely vital. Sit there where you are. This should be a run. There we go. Yeah. It was a nice try from Forrest, but ultimately amounted to nothing. Got to 2 kills, but the money should be, I think they can get it by still. Actually, they can't. Obviously, the money's been reset, so 2 players will be Forrest and Get Right on absolutely nothing. Only getting $1,400 this round. They could get some Tech 9s out and try and balance the money out, I guess, but there's not really much they can do with this. 8-1, Navi answers straight back as we go into round number 10. PT-50's purchased for NiP. 1 smoke grenade on Exist. Desert Eagle comes out for Freiburg. Very quiet game so far, only 1 round on the board. They had to wake up. So far, that's not really happening.
Yeah, absolutely not. I mean, considering that they took down TSM on this map, who have been the class of the field on it over the last few months, and then this performance to completely contrast it. It definitely highlights... Well. Exactly. I mean, it definitely highlights the fact that not only are NiP, or rather, excuse me, Navi playing well, NiP just are not in this game at all. And Guardian, he's able to control the angle again with the AWP. Doesn't even necessarily need the support from CT Spawn, which he will now get in the form of Zeus regardless. But they'll just clean up. All 5 alive yet again. 9-1, Navi.
I really hope NiP get into this. This would be such a disappointing way to end our casting out on this 2-0 and 2 really one-sided games. I really want them to step up. They're going to be going for 1 AWP this time, just on Ali. He's on 1 for 9. Really is a problem in terms of the fragging. Looking at the scoreboard, Exist 1 for 10, Alu 1 for 9, Freiburg 3 for 10. None of the key players stepping up here. This is the T-sided affair. They need to be pushing in, making things happen. There we go. Alu takes down Guardian. Is this a chance now for them to get the second round on the board? Mistakes for the CTs need to be made now. And Zeus pushing up towards the top of middle. He's reacting straight away. Get Right's not going to be expecting this. Down he goes. Almost didn't as well, but there we go. NiP neutralizing the situation, bringing it to a 4-on-2.
And that was bomb. So if he was able to stay out alive, or even the second player in the lower tunnels stayed alive, they might have been able to catch off NiP trying to re-grab it. Instead, those 2 kills immediately were countered. And NiP find themselves in a 2-man advantage in this situation. That could have been absolutely disastrous. They're walking onto the A site. There's no need to force this either for Navi. They know the situation. That leg shot through the edge of the wall from Alu allows Freiburg to clean it out. Pretty good read by Alu, and he'll follow it up. Flamey to go down, and NiP now with 2.
Here we go then. So coming into round number 11, that pick coming from Alu really did open things up, force the CTs to try and make something happen. So Zeus pushing all the top of mid there. I actually really like that. Get Right didn't see it coming, but good communication. I mean, his teammates in lower B managed to answer back and get them back in good step for that round. They're going to go back to the double AWP setup. Going to be Exist with that long spawn this time. He fancies his chances of getting the long pit. They're not going to smoke the corner this time. He wants to have full vision of when he goes to this pick. So let's see what he can do with it. Out he goes. Going to have CTs on the screen, but gets absolutely destroyed there. Headshot from Guardian. Opens up the round, and this could be disastrous for NiP. They're going to be going up short fast as well. Forrest leading the charge here, but Guardian wants a piece of the action again. As he does drop down, decides better of it.
Guardian was stuck forward, or rather, excuse me, Forrest was stuck forward
of
that Molotov too. So if Guardian had gone a little bit further around that corner, almost about an inch, you might have spotted him just waiting for that to dissolve, to extinguish themselves. Now a smoke placed in front of him, just using all the utility Navi to buy more time, but it's going to be NiP's approach toward middle. Bombs on Cat. They may try and fake this. In fact, they're going to go for this left side smoke. We haven't seen this strategy from them in full effect yet. They're going to try and push Get Right through CT, and the rest will walk up Catwalk, so they won't even need to run the drop. They'll just need to make sure that Get Right's able to cut off rotations. In fact, Force goes down anyway. Guardian's forced way back off. They're still able to hit the shot with partial vision. And as they get closer to the site, Zeus now makes his presence felt from Goose. Able to take down 2. Alu the second, and Guardian gets Get Right. How composed was that from Navi?
Yeah, you have to wake up pretty early in the morning to catch Guardian out, and even when he's just coming out of a flashbang, manages to hit 2 shots in a row, and finally NiP calling for a pause. Not really sure why they didn't do that in the first game, but they're going to try and work out what's going on there. And that's such a nice setup there. They're so concentrating on Guardian towards that carb area that it's completely forgot that Goose may even be a problem for them. Zeus cleaning up when all the players concentrating towards long A. So now then we go into another devastating economic position for NiP. They can afford to buy something into this with 2 players on around the 2800 mark. It's going to be a difficult position. Exist could drop an AWP, so I think this is what this pause is about. They know they're looking down the barrel of coming out of this tournament, crashing out in a very disappointing manner. You don't want to see semifinals go in this fashion, Matt.
That's rather anticlimactic. I mean, considering the storyline, we knew NiP came into this tournament. There was a few people, some of the analysts included, that thought NiP may potentially go out in the group with Titan in it. It was the group of death, Group C. They managed to make it through that and then surprised us all by making it into this semifinal against TSM. That was quite a win in very convincing fashion. Again, that second map, only one round against them, and it was the most unlikely situation. So at that point, they'd convinced everyone, but here we are again where, and perhaps convincing themselves and tensing up a little bit too much in the situation. They're significantly behind Na'Vi, who want a berth in a major final, going up against someone who's very familiar to it as well. Envy, second time straight they'll be in a final.
Absolutely. This is looking like Na'Vi all day long. They're currently at 10-2 on the CT side of Dust 2. Money's not in a great position for NiP. Their best players aren't turning up. Exist, not fragging. Get Right, not fragging. Alu, not really doing anything with the AWP. It seemed like when they went for that fast and loose play up short, that was working out for them. They tried it again. Guardian completely shuts them down. I'm trying to work out what the play is here. There's no money available to do a full round going into this one, so they either take the decision, take an Averico on the chin, and have a full buy next round, or they go for the forced buy here and see what they can do and try and just push out middle or something, just get out, find a lucky kill towards mid and see if they can swarm onto the bomb site. Looks like they will be doing the eco role here. They'll be going for P250s, so smoke grenades, flashbangs, looking to the future. They know they need to at least get 4 rounds here, so they'll take the 11th one in favor of Navi and hopefully get the last 2. Let's see what they can do with this one. Should be unpaused shortly. There we go. So 4 P250s purchased. Get Right, just going to be on the Glock and smoke. Replay now of that really nice pick from Guardian there, and this play from him as well. That was so calm. Look at all the players, they're so... They're not even aware that Goose may be a problem for them. The Zeus just clears up and Guardian finishes off his style. He's having another great series here. 11 kills for him. Zeus with 16. The talisman of Dust 2 so far.
And Guardian got a very good spawn. He was actually really early to long, considering the last 2 players were intending to join him, but significantly behind. Doesn't really matter. No one came through the cave. They're going to put pressure again toward middle. Well, what's on from Zeus means that they can't necessarily push through just yet. It may actually be Catwalk. And there is no one else this time to support Guardian, but it's Pistols versus AWP, and he's going to play from Car. I'd say he and Cajun B might be the 2 best in that position.
They're going to do a wall of smoke play here. They just want to get the bomb down and get them a nice position for next round. So smokes into the bomb side, try and flash off, drop some players down towards CT spawn, and see if they can find that kill on Guardian and get a plan out of this. Here we go.
This means Zeus has a significant role in this round. If they do go for the drop, he's the one down towards CT. Again, Pistols up close. It may be a fair fight. Guardian finds one already as he gets on top of the car, and Zeus, it's a trade down below, so that limits NiP's options. Forrest is still able, and you might be right, Henry, they may still get this bomb plant. Will they? Just barely, because Thieves comes through from Catwalk. And although they're all dead now, they still are going to get that extra income.
That's all they wanted from that round. Like, they knew they were going up against Guardian, and Zeus on the A-bomb side did everything they could just to get a bomb plant down. It was successful in that respect, so inject the money back into this 14th round. It's 11-2 favor of Navi, so they will get the AWP out once again. I wouldn't like them to get the double AWP set about. Hasn't really been impressing me too much. Keep to the rifles. They've gone for double AWP, so Alu and Forrest once again, a pretty quiet game so far. What can they make of this round? Navi just have so much in the bank. They just can be so confident going through the second half. If they get this one, it may be all but over. So there we go then. 3 players heading towards B tunnels. No damage done at the start of the round. Seems like